for all being here. This means so much to me, but my whole team that you've come to join and celebrate with us today, and just to look out in the audience and see all my family, my oldest school friends, and the team is just out of this world. It feels quite surreal, but amazing. So this is a really big milestone for me. This has been a 4.5-year journey to standing here, and Region and beyond has been an absolute goal for me since day one, since the moment I heard about Arbonne. I knew I wanted to go all the way to the top. But now I look back, it just seems to have flown by. The last 4.5 years have gone in a flash, and it's just been some of the best years of my life, and probably the busiest as well. But I do actually feel like we're just getting started. I'm sure the team would agree. We're just getting warmed up. So what I'd like to do first, in case anyone doesn't know who I am, my name is Michelle Bodden. I am a very proud independent consultant and regional vice president with Arbonne. I'm a wife to Jonathan and a mum to 3 children. 2 are not in the room, and Eliza's here with us. So I'm very, very blessed. And what I'd like to do first, before I tell you about my journey and what Arbonne's given to me, is just take you back to before I'd even heard the word Arbonne 4.5 years ago. And some of these things, helped impact my success with the company. So all I knew, like a few people on the front row, growing up was dance. The only thing I was passionate about that I ever wanted a career in was dancing. So I went to London and performed. I then went into a bit of choreography. Mid-20s, decided I'd come back up north and set up a dance and model agency, and absolutely loved all of that. It was very stressful and quite unstable at times, but I just felt very privileged that what I was doing was in my field of study, and what I was passionate about was what I was growing my career in. As the years started to tick by, I thought you might want to join me. As the years started to tick by, I just decided maybe I needed a bit more stability in my life, and I decided to go back to university and do my PGCE to be a secondary school teacher. I kind of felt, as I was doing that I'd lost a little bit of myself. I loved teaching, and I got so much fulfilment from it, but I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit inside, and I just felt like I was losing part of myself. So once I fell pregnant with my first son, Alex, who's 6 and somewhere in the venue, I had a massive shift in priorities. I sat there in the staff room and I was out here with my tummy, and I instantly made a decision that I didn't want to come back after having Alex. I didn't want to be teaching all these teenagers while my son was in childcare with somebody else. And I made that decision, but I still hadn't heard about Arbonne. So I was looking for something, but no idea what. And I just started to lose my passion for the agency as well. So I was definitely looking for something, and Arbonne came along, and it was just an absolute blessing, definitely fate. And like we said, I'll be forever grateful to the girl that introduced me, and I wish she was sat here now as well. So this happens a lot when I'm doing Facebook Live. So something I've learned over time, and often the hard way, is you've got to follow your gut on things, and you've got to follow your own intuition. Whenever I've ignored it, things haven't worked out. And even though a few people around me were worried that I was going so against what I'd trained to do, something in my gut told me that this was what I needed to do for me and the family, and that it was going to be just perfect for what I want for our future. So when I heard about Arbonne, I knew instantly after those 20 minutes that it was for me. I went home with my little gold bag of skincare, very excited, and tried them and was blown away by the products. But what happened a few months before I heard about Arbonne, we'd been in quite a tough place as a family. So I was on statutory maternity pay, so for anyone self-employed, you will know that is quite tough. Jonathan found himself out of work, so we'd gone from 2 good incomes to nothing, and if it wasn't for our family, I don't know how we'd have got through that. It was a really tough time, but I think we had to go through that time for me to realise that I've got something powerful here, so that we don't have to worry about that type of thing anymore. But we had no plan B, we had no savings. It was very stressful, but it definitely pulled us together as a family and made us so much closer. So I try and find gratitude in everything that happens, good and bad. But you can imagine my excitement when I went for a coffee date and was told about the Arbonne opportunity, which you'll get to hear a little bit more of today. The thing is, I was so excited, I didn't really do what I was meant to do, and I think I just vomited Arbonne over everyone that was close to me, so I apologise for that. There's probably a few people in the room, closest friends and family, that got my essay of a message about how I'm going to make you a millionaire, you can get a free car, and share some products, you can earn £15,000 a month, and it could have been turned down slightly, but do you know what, I still stand by that statement, but it just wasn't the right way to go, so I apologise for anyone that got that message, and I think I attached Sarah's audio at the bottom. Just have a little listen. A few messages I got back was, I think your account's being hacked, I've just been spammed. So I'm teaching the team, to learn by my mistakes. So, what I realised is I need to become a professional, like in any other career. If I want to do well in this, I need to learn the skills, I need to be able to serve people. It is such a relationship business, and it is all about helping individuals, whether that is through products or whether that is through the opportunity. So I got to work and committed to myself that I was going to take this seriously and treat it for the business that it is. And one thing I have had from day one is massive vision and drive. But I think I've always had that from being a little girl. So that's really transitioned from my dance career into Arbonne perfectly, because you do need an inner drive and a burning desire to have more to succeed. So like I said, the products blew me away. The next morning I saw a difference in my skin. I feel more confident in my skin now than I did in my 20s, but also just feel healthier and better as a busy mum of 3 because of all the nutrition and that side as well. So what I can do is really lead my business with integrity, because I genuinely use everything Arbonne. So that was really, really important to me, that I love the products. I love educating people, I love sharing them, and obviously my teaching background has helped with that. So the reason I started was not because of cleanser or a protein shake. It was, like myself, to bring mums home to their kids so they can spend more time with their family. For me, I am so aware of how quick time goes, and this one will be at school in a couple of years, so I am just embracing every moment I can, and that's what drives me to keep building this business, to now help other parents get that time back and spend more time with the family, and to help people find confidence in themselves through the product or business, so building up their self-worth, and by doing that, that's built up mine. It's so fulfilling. Helping people find that peace of mind that they can take control of their financial future. And being able to give back to charity events, and the community. There's so many reasons people come into Arbonne, but I love sharing, I help coaching people, and just knowing that there's no limits with this, I love that. And I love that it is 100% effort-based as well, because I know that I've got the drive to just keep going. And my why is so strong. My why is so strong that there was no way that I wasn't going to make this happen, and that I will ever stop. I just love this company and love my family, and that drives me every day. The year, in fact, within an 11-month space of 2016, we moved house twice, got flooded, moved house twice, I was pregnant with my 3rd child, planned a wedding, got married, became a VP, and had my 3rd child 10 days later. And did all that without a driving licence. And that's next on my list. That is my next goal. Johnny's not in a rush for me to pass now. But what I want to say is, it doesn't matter how busy you are, if you want something, it's just a shift in priorities. So if you're wondering, how on earth did she go from working and starting a family? I just shifted my priorities. I used to obsessively watch Hollyoaks, EastEnders, Coronation Street, waste of time, it's so miserable as well. So all I did is take those little things away and replace it with learning, going out doing my one-to-ones, maybe over a glass of wine or coffee, and doing my workshops and coaching the team. So those little shifts in priorities is how I managed to fit it in until I could gain some time back. And yes, I did sacrifice time in the beginning, but it's worth it now, as we're here today. So juggling family and business has been very, very interesting. This morning was interesting in itself, just trying to get us all out of the door on time. Quite often I'll be doing a live Facebook launch and Eliza comes tottering in, jumps on my knee, and starts mimicking everything I'm saying, but we just go with it. I will share that video soon. When I first started, my son smeared a whole skincare set all over the hallway window, and it is crazy, but I love it, and I wouldn't change any part of that. But yeah, it is a juggle sometimes, and especially when you've got a new baby as well. But I tell you what keeps me going, my team, because we're not stopping here. There's going to be so many of these events coming up, and I want every single one of you to be going through this. So that's what just keeps driving me, no matter how many children, and we've finished now. That's that. So the great part about Arbonne is I've just been able to dream big again. As a youngster, I'm sure Joanne, one of my oldest friends, would vouch, I know I was going to be a pop star. Although no one at the house told me I wasn't actually very good at singing, but dancing I could do. But I've always been a big dreamer, not scared to take risks, moved to London by myself, didn't know a soul because of that inner drive. So I love seeing that in people joining the business as well, seeing that spark ignite inside of them. I love meeting new people. There are so many amazing friends I've met through Arbonne that aren't in the company at all, but I see them regularly. We have play dates, and that's just because I had the guts to just say hello and see if they were open and become long friends with them. So very grateful for that. And the fact it's such a pay it forward business. So the only way that I succeed is by helping other people succeed. And I've never been in an industry like that before. The dance and model industry is not a very pleasant industry, and I think that's why I lost my passion for that, because it just didn't start to sit very well with my ethics and values. But Arbonne just ticks all the boxes. The personal development with Arbonne, this is the stuff money can't buy, and my close family will really vouch for this. I've always been very out-confident, and I would happily dance in front of hundreds of people, but public speaking scared the death out of me. When I started my business, I volunteered to Nicola to do a small training in front of 10 people in the Beverley Arms Hotel, and my heart was jumping out of my chest. I had to go to the toilet just before I had to go on because I could feel a panic attack coming on, and that was something I did suffer with, anxiety and panic attacks. No more, because this business has really helped me take control of that, and that is money can't buy. So if you were to take the car away, the paycheck away, I think that alone is worth its weight in gold. And the biggest thing I didn't see, and we all start our business and we imagine this day, I should think, if you want to be a regional vice president, and we think about things like what car we're going to choose, what about the balloons, are we going to have cupcakes? But what I didn't see until you all started to walk into the room was just all the new friends I've met through Arbonne. A lot of you I would never ever have crossed paths with if it wasn't for this business. A lot of you live on the other side of the country. A lot of people aren't here today, but I think we're on live maybe. So we've got teams over in Australia, a girl over in America, and people dotted around that can't be here. But all the friendships is just incredible. You're such an amazing team. I have the best team. And not just my success line, but sidelines, uplines, everyone. The people that my children are getting brought up around now is just incredible. He's such a positive influence on all of us. So for me, as you now know, thanks Nicola, it wasn't about the car for me going region at all. I wanted to just prove that someone that had children and that was very busy could do this. For anyone in my team that's a parent. So it was just the proof and the validation that no matter how busy you are, we can make this work around what we're doing. But what I'm more excited for now, like today is amazing. It feels like another wedding, although I didn't do a speech at the last one. But what's going to be even better is when my team is stood here and I'm handing out the keys. That is by far going to be so much better. But yeah, I followed my gut with Arbonne, best decision of my life. And the experience it's brought me, we've been to Las Vegas 4 times, twice pregnant, twice with a baby. So next year, we're going full out. But just to be able to go there and experience all of that. So last Saturday morning, I had the privilege of walking across the stage in front of 20,000 people, being recognised as a region for all of these guys here and here, and that was just one of the proudest moments of my life. I've never felt a feeling like it. I've never been so nervous about walking in a straight line. My heels were pretty big, but it was incredible, and I was so proud to do that for all of you. So I just can't wait for you all to experience that. So what's next for me? Well, first on my list is to get this driving test passed. My goal is to drive myself to AAC in September. If anyone wants to join me. I'm just going to keep stepping up more, learning more, becoming a better leader for all these guys so that we can get all of you in your cars and beyond. You know, we're not stopping till you're all on the lounges in Maui, so you can save us some lounges. I'm just going to keep enjoying what Arbonne's brought to me. You know, my days are filled with baby cuddles, doing the school run, going to baby ballet class, being there when Jonathan comes home. And which sounds like pretty basic stuff, but when I look at the flip side, if I didn't do Arbonne, I wouldn't be enjoying that. I would be going back to work, Eliza would be in childcare, and doing 10 to 15 hours a week. Yes, I sometimes find it a struggle to squeeze it in around the children, but I get it done because it's just worth making the time for it. So what I'd like to do is do a few special thank yous before I show you a video of our journey to where we are. The first thing I'd like to do is for any of my region that are here, please stand up, because this was a massive team effort. The team is what's made this happen along with myself. You can't do region by yourself. I've never felt such, I can't find the words. I've never felt what happened the few months leading up to going region. You all knew a baby was on the way, and we just pulled together like a family, and you really had my back, and I want you to know that I'll always have your back. Now we're going for all these goals for you, so thank you so much. And I'd love any directs in the room. I know we've got some watching live, but anyone that I sponsored directly, please stand up, because if it wasn't for you, the rest of the team would have never heard about Arbonne. So my directs were the ones that said yes to me, put their trust in me, even in the early days, when I wasn't even sure what I was doing. They said, yeah, let's do this together. So thank you so much, especially to those that have been on the journey right from the beginning. And to all my district managers, I would like to gift all these people later, because it could take some time, so please don't rush off without collecting gifts. But to all the district managers, you are the next up and coming leaders, you are the foundations of this whole region, and I appreciate you all so much, and you just deserve to get to that next level now, so let's make that our mission. A few people I would like to bring on stage quickly though is, firstly, 3 amazing women, my area managers. So area manager is the second level, and without these 3 women I could not have done region. I've become very good friends with them, and they're just incredible people. They push their comfort zones for their team so they can step up and help more people. And I want to thank you on stage, please, Leanne Kelly, Deborah Gotch and Kate O'Rourke. These women are phenomenal. Thank you so much. And I would love to just give a massive shout out to my upline. So here on the front row we've got Lucy, Mel and Sarah that are absolute pioneers, leaders. They have phenomenal businesses and you inspire me so much, and I'm just following in the best footsteps. So just thank you for all you've given my team, because you just pour so much into us, and I'm learning from the best. Special mention to my sponsor. As Nicholas said, we didn't know each other when I joined Arbonne. We didn't meet until a few months into my journey. And I think Nicola realised that I really wanted this, but was a little bit like a lost soul, just going out there. So she really did grab me by the arm, coach me. The biggest thing was putting belief into me, because I wasn't sure I could do it, but I really wanted to make it a success. And Nick's just been an incredible leader to everyone here. I'd love you to come on stage to gift you, Nicola. And last and not least, if any are left in the room, I would really like to thank my whole family, because without your childcare and support, we wouldn't have been able to make this work. You know, going to Vegas, Ginny's had my daughter for a full week. Thank you so much. But over the last 4.5 years, all the grandparents, my sister, everyone has really mucked in, and that's the difference. That's what's made this work for me. I couldn't have done it without any of you, so thank you so much for that. You really did. Last but not least, the number one reason we are all sat here is definitely my husband, Jonathan. Jonathan's just been... not only been my rock, but the rock for the whole family while I've built this. There's been days where he's worked 12 hours flat, he's walked in the door, and I've scurried past him with my little suitcase full of products, teasing the oven, sorting the kids out, bathing the kids, to then get up and do it all again the next day. But once Jonathan realised what this company could bring us, you've just never held me back, and you've just been amazing. So thank you so, so much. I think you make a really good team. I would have loved to have thanked my son, but I think he's running riot somewhere. But to my children, there has been days where they've been clinging onto my leg and not wanting me to go out, but what I do now is I sit down with them and I say why I'm going and what that's going to bring us. I've mentioned Disneyland, so they're going to hold me to that, but we've got to take Alexander to Vegas this year. So for the few months when I was quite busy with the business and helping and doing launches, he knew why, and he knew the car was coming, and he was quite impressed the day that arrived. He got in it first, actually. So I'm going to gift my children, but Jonathan, if you don't mind, I've got a little gift for you, if you don't mind. Come in and get it. Thank you. So I'm not going to talk any longer. I just want to say thank you all for being here. It's a big, big day for me and all the team, and just enjoy the day, stay as long as you want, and you've got some amazing people coming up on stage next, but I thought I would finish by putting a video on of our journey, because a picture really does say 1,000 words, so I'm going to leave you with that, and you can see what we've been up to for the last 4.5 years, but thank you so, so much. Thank you so much.